Welcome to the Business Information Buffet Podcast, also known as the BIB Podcast, where everybody eats, powered by the College of Southern Nevada. Each week, we'll be featuring business owners and entrepreneurs that will provide their personal recipes for business, powerful conversations, and knowledge of the business world. We amplify the stories of various backgrounds, cultures, and expertise. Our self-identity is as diverse as our social community. We cultivate a community of like-minded individuals that share their different perspectives, broadening our worldview. Are you ready? This is the BIB Podcast, where everybody eats.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
Welcome back to the Business Information Buffet Podcast, also known as the BIB Podcast, where everybody eats, under the operation of the College of Southern Nevada at the North Las Vegas campus, for another impactful, exciting episode. I am your host, Sean Torrey, with our DJ Icebreak.
DJ Icebreak.
Yes, sir. Our episode today is called Taking Small Businesses to Higher Levels, with a very, very special guest, ladies and gentlemen. So for ladies and gentlemen today, for today's guest, he has had several leadership positions during his 20 years in federal career and as a graduate of the President's Management Council program. He has represented Small Business Administration, also known as SBA, for various roles, including International Development Specialist, Senior Area Manager, and oversight of the Economic and Business Development Team. My guest today leads a passionate, talented, and experienced for Nevada SBA team focused on putting customers, the nation's small businesses first. Our guest today can be reached at SBA.com, correct?
.gov.
That was a
good one, though.
That was a good one.
On my toes.
Ladies, gentlemen, today, without further ado, the elevator, okay, the driven and the acting Nevada SBA District Director, Sal Ramos. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up, sir?
Hey, just glad to be here.
Man, thank you for coming out, man. I deeply appreciate you coming on this lovely, what's today? Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. Thank you for coming out today.
Hump day.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Sal.
Well, you know, as you kindly gave all those great introductions, I am originally from Los Angeles and moved out here 4 years ago. Haven't turned back since, other than when I go back and looking at all those red lights that, you know, they're stuck in traffic and I'm zooming and coming into Las Vegas from California. But been here, been blessed to be here. Mm-hmm. And as you mentioned, I have a very great team. You know, we have a good team that's really passionate in doing what we do best here and helping small businesses. It's our mission. What can I say?
What can you say? But what do you prefer, LA traffic or Vegas traffic?
Oh, I'll take Vegas traffic any day. But this isn't traffic.
This isn't traffic, man. But one thing that I would agree with you wholeheartedly. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I agree with you. New York traffic is the absolute worst.
Well, I'm glad I didn't get to experience that. I guess maybe I'll take LA traffic over New York traffic.
Man, listen, I definitely would, because I went to New York a couple weekends ago, and I see why they take the subways, and a lot of folks don't have cars. But my goodness! But to talk about your experience coming from LA, to talk about that experience, like what got you into this? What led you from South Central LA to now being here in Nevada?
You know, I think it truly has been. I've been blessed to have a lot of great mentors, to have a lot of support. You know, working for the federal government for many years has also allowed me to grow as a person, grow as an individual, grow as an employee. And they truly have, you know, invested, and I think that they do invest in their employees. And I participated in many programs, from what you mentioned. You know, it was a federal executive board program. I was also part of a Hispanic Advisory Council, part of many other programs that just continue to allow you to sharpen your skills and get better at what you do. So with that being said, I started in Los Angeles, and I was out there overseeing Santa Barbara County, LA County, Ventura County. And then I was blessed to participate in, again, a federal program that allowed me to explore the the opportunities with Small Business Administration.
Right.
And then shortly after that, I ended up here in Nevada, and here I am.
And welcome. You are, sir, good sir, helping the great Southern States. So what skill sets from LA prepared you to work with small businesses here in Las Vegas?
Yeah, I would say, seeking to understand, really taking that, oftentimes a grassroots level to understand what's going on with the community. And in doing so, I think you're able to create a lot of good opportunities. You're able to meet a lot of great folks. And I mean, let's just look at it right now. I've been able to meet here in Nevada a lot of good folks through College of Southern Nevada, you guys and everyone.
Thank you so kind.
And just listening to what the challenges are, listening to what possible solutions we can bring in through our federal resources, collaborating with our state counterparts, with our county, and really creating synergy, creating that shared pool of meaning where we can really make a difference.
Man, I'm glad you brought that up, because one of the things I wanted to ask you, what like the recipe, that little magic. So because we're normally around this time when we're having this conversation, we talk about like our recipe. What was the journey, right, that got us here, not just for SBA, which is multiple different businesses, but for the sake of your recipe, right? Can you talk about a time or think about a time you planned something and it didn't go accordingly? Like, how did you make it work?
Yeah. I think one that as an employee from the federal government working with the SBA and just SBA in general, one thing that didn't go as planned was our federal relief programs that came out, right? I mean, goodness sakes, when they first came out, SBA was probably not a well-known federal agency, but once they heard there were going to be federal COVID relief programs and SBA was going to be pushing it out, we rose to the top. So it really catapulted us to the very top. With that being said, we're a small federal agency. We're a small team here in Nevada.
Right.
What does that mean is that we were tasked with a lot of federal programs to go out, right? The Payment Protection Program, many of you heard it, PPP, the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. We have Shutter Venue Operating Grant Program, and many more that we were having to deal with. So with that being said, was it perfect? Absolutely not. Right. It wasn't perfect. We had a lot of bumps throughout the road. But I think overall, one of the analogies that we often use, it was kind of building an airplane while flying it. So but I would say that despite all these bumps, these difficulties, these challenges, the team, at least here in Nevada, stepped up to the plate and ensured that we were brought up to speed.
Come on, salute.
That we did a quick study, right? I mean, it went from Congress to becoming policy, then to implementing it and having all the bells and whistles. And not just the SBA team here, the partners that stepped up to the plate was amazing. I mean, PPP wasn't done. Yes, it was, SBA was overseeing it and it was a treasury program. But at the end of the day, it was the lenders that were delivering these funds. And they also were tasked with a very tall order to deliver these funds. So we had lenders stepping up to the plate. We had partners such as here, College of Southern Nevada, the UNLVs, the Renos, all the resource partners, our Women Business Center, our Small Business Development Centers, and you name it. Everyone, I think, came together, and it was because of the leadership of many folks. We were glad to be right in the front, leading that with informing the people, because there was so much misinformation, but we did our best to try to keep it simple. So,
and I think you pretty much answered the next question I was going to ask you, which is like, what are some things you've experienced that could have worked out in theory, but did not go away in practice? Right. I think you literally just answered my next question. So you would say, because you guys represent the whole entire state of Nevada, correct?
Right. Here, our office, yes, but we're a federal agency.
And I think, how many people do you have on your staff?
We have, we're down to 7. So.
First of all, 7 representing the whole state. 7's a great number. But besides that.
Here in Vegas it is.
That's right. But man, that's something I couldn't imagine, especially during the pandemic. And do you still see, are we post-COVID now, or are we still in the because there's so much going on right now, but for a small business, in small businesses, I should say, are we still in the pandemic, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. And I think the good old answer, it depends, right? And it depends for every business, because there are some businesses that unfortunately had to close, right?
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. There's businesses that are perhaps struggling a bit right now. So for those that perhaps may be struggling, you can say they are dealing with the pandemic.
Right.
And then you have the ones on the flip side that are just excelling to the very best.
That is true.
Right. So despite the pandemic or not, they're still excelling and doing a phenomenal job. And I think it's for many reasons, right? One could say perhaps they were not as prepared, perhaps they were prepared, or maybe it was just the luck of the draw. No pun intended, being here in Vegas, right? That they ended up, just pivoting a lot. You heard that word mentioned quite a lot, that people pivoted and so forth. But nevertheless, I think that those that are surviving, we're not hopefully helping them survive, but we're helping them thrive.
Man, come on, Sal. I love it. I love that perspective. That's why we talked about this episode, taking them to higher levels.
Right.
And I appreciate you doing that. But I have to do this to you, sir.
Let's do it.
Are you ready, sir?
I think I know what's coming.
You know what's coming. He's ready. He's ready for the hot seat, ladies and gentlemen. He's ready. In this segment, ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time, the hot seat, we provide in-depth questions to learn more about you as a guest and what you do, right? Normally, we used to do these very quickly, but I like to get to the meat of the questions, right?
All right.
What the people want to hear.
All right.
Are you ready, sir?
Let's do it.
First question for you. What are some reasons a small business will reach out to SBA?
Okay, that's a good one. I would say the unknown.
Ooh.
Right? The unknown is... The unknown could go either way.
It can
make you run away and never turn back, or the unknown is going to face you where you're going to say, I want to learn more.
Right.
So I would say that the reason why businesses come to us is because, one, they're either wanting to start a business, they want to grow their business, they want to expand their business, or they want to recover their business. So in those 4 reasons, I would say are why businesses come to us. And I hope that when they do come to us, that they leave confidently to be able to take either one of those paths.
I love it. That has to be a part of his little recipe. I like that, sir. So what are some common mistakes you see small businesses make? Especially like when connecting with SBA and they're at that low point and they need the help. What are some of the common mistakes you see?
I think exactly what you said. They're at their low point. It's like you should have came to us when you were good. When you were good, because we would have helped you. Hopefully, stay the course and so forth. But honestly, sometimes they come to us a little bit too late,
right?
And it's quite all right. We're not going to say no. We're not going to close our doors to them. On the contrary, we're going to do our best to strive and give you honest feedback so that you're hopefully be able to either recover from that downturn that you're going through, or give you other resources. Because at the end of the day, I'm not here to say that SBA has all the answers, because we absolutely don't.
Right.
Instead, what we have is a network of different folks that will hopefully guide you throughout the process and make you a much stronger business owner. And at the end of the day, as we like to say, small businesses are our business, right? We have to. That's our mission, and we're here to help them grow.
So then, how has SBA been beneficial to the whole state of Nevada?
Oh boy, that's a loaded question. I would say that
it is. That's why it's the hot seat, sir. That's why we took you here. Let us know.
Sure thing. I would say, how has SBA been beneficial? I think we've been beneficial in many ways. Again, we have a very good team that has, I would say, their heart in the right place, and throughout the pandemic just didn't stop working. Not just the SBA, but I think that we end up stepping up as leaders to ensure that we are bringing all the federal resources to the state of Nevada. And those federal resources include, sometimes, financial assistance, which we saw tremendously throughout the pandemic.
Right.
So, I would say combining all of the programs that I mentioned, the PPP, the SVOG, the RRF, I even forgot about that, restaurant. Over 10 probably billion was injected through the state.
Come on, Sal.
Yeah.
And so you would say, like, just for folks that didn't catch it, those are the benefits of seeking SBA?
Most definitely.
Okay.
I mean, yes. And oftentimes, they think SBA, they think money, right?
That part,
Where's the money? Now, I would want to clarify this and make it a point that through the pandemic, SBA ended up stepping up to the plate as being sometimes a direct lender, right? A direct lender or the money coming directly from SBA. It's one of these situations where never has SBA probably done that amount, but we stepped up to the plate. Now, pivoting over to the traditional SBA as we start, weeding out from the pandemic,
right?
We're not a direct lender all the time, right? So we're on a traditional basis. We work with our partners, such as the lenders that end up providing the loans, and it ends up being a loan,
right? But
beyond the financial support, I think one important piece that sometimes folks miss is the counseling that they can get. I mean, there is knowledge there, as I think
I like that.
I think the DJs say they drop the knowledge, right?
They
drop the knowledge, and you learn. And you can learn so much. And if you have that open mind where you can continue learning, SBA is one place to start.
That's what I like. That's what I like to hear, sir. So are there networking opportunities for people to connect? Are there events you guys do, or what networking opportunities are there for someone seeking SBA or these services?
Yeah, so we do, we do a lot of outreach. Okay. A lot of outreach involves us sometimes hosting events, sometimes we're leading them. Sometimes we're invited as guest speakers. Sometimes we're partnering with other partners, such as, the small business development centers, the women business centers, the SCORE, which are, many of them are retired executives. We even have a veteran business outreach. So through this outreach effort, using all those partners that we have, we're able to create, whether it be networking events or trainings or webinars, right? Now everything going virtual. So there are many opportunities. And the best thing to do is, again, reach out to our office. And sometimes it's not even just our partners. We're public-private partnerships, that we're creating. College of Southern Nevada, I'm sure we've done things with y'all, with UNLV, with University of Reno, with the chamber. So
Wolfpack.
Again, yeah.
Wolfpack.
Yeah. So again, small businesses are our businesses. So chances are, if there's anything that's happening with small businesses, I'm hoping that we're right there so that we can figure out how we can support that entity or that partner. Mm-hmm.
Well, sir, you made it through the hot seat.
All right.
I'm very proud. You came ready today, sir. Folks is like choked up sometimes, but you came prepared. I am proud. And now, as we transition from the hot seat, we got to know about your sauce. Because you get lost in the sauce, good sir.
All right.
So in this segment, it gives us more of insight on our guests, where we ask, what's your special ingredient for your business, right? So tell us why nobody can replicate what you do. So Sal, tell us why and what makes Small Business Administration a business nobody can duplicate, sir.
Oh, man.
Or an agency, I should say. Federal government agency. Tell us how.
Because we are, I would say, the catalyst. Ooh. We are here to ignite small businesses.
He said catalyst.
Yeah.
I can't even spell that backwards. Proceed, sir.
Yeah, I would say, that through the SBA, through our partners, through the many programs that we have, we are truly doing our best to empower the American dream.
I love it.
And empowering them through igniting them with resources, with financial support, with counseling, you name it. So that's why I mentioned the word catalyst.
Catalyst, I like that. So would you say having that approach is your secret ingredient?
Absolutely. Never stop being that little fire to hopefully keep them going, or planting that seed.
Seed and giving them that water to grow. I love it. So I want to thank you so much for being on the show today. It's always a pleasure. Outside of the bib, always seeing you going to Kevin Rayford's class, and always seeing the support that SBA has for Nevada Grow. And we deeply appreciate you and the support you have for the bib. So we're going to transition into our last segment, which is, ladies and gentlemen, the happy hour. And actually, we have a gift for you, sir.
All right.
On behalf of the Business Information Buffet podcast, we would like to gift you the acting director, the district director of SBA. Thank you, sir, so much for coming to the show.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.
That's for you.
Thank you.
And in this segment, ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time, this is where we take a toast between the host and the guest on something that's going successful for you guys, right? Whatever, if it's big or small. So, Sal, what is something that's great going on for SBA right now?
Just being here, I would say.
Just, man, you guys, things are going smoothly. We're in 2022. We're alive.
Yeah, we're alive. And I think, I'm just blessed and happy to have a good team that is able to keep on doing the agency's mission.
I love it. And so to you, Sal, to your team, to SBA, I pray for many more years to come for helping businesses reach their highest potential and going even further. So salute to you.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, sir. And just for the record, that is apple cider. We will not get in trouble.
Good disclaimer.
Yes, it is apple cider, ladies and gentlemen. We are not permitted to have alcohol here. But Sal, please tell the people how they can connect with you through SBA. Please let them drop all your social handles, emails, websites, drop it all.
You bet. You can reach out to our district office at NVDO, N as in Nancy, V as in Victor, D as in dog, O as in Oscar, NVDO at SBA.gov. Or you can call us at 702-388-6611, 702-388-6611, and we'll be glad to find a way to help you out.
Thank you so much, Sal, for coming on the Bib. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Business Information Buffet Podcast, also known as the Bib Podcast, where everybody eats. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Sean Torrey, with our DJ Icebreak.
DJ Icebreak.
And we're out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone have a blessed one. We'll see you next time.